Scorpio, I'm here to give you a 2024 New Year wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip, where we're going to see what kind of energies are going to be in play in your life over the next coming year. This is for any significant Scorpio placement: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, a strong placement in the 8th house, or if you are a Taurus rising, that would make you a Scorpio Descendant, and you may feel these messages speak very strongly to you. Take what applies to you, toss aside the rest, okay? Do understand that there is a predictive quality to these reads. So some of the stuff that comes in may not resonate at all, but it will 6 months down the road. Okay, so do check up, do a little check your systems, drop in, in the midway point of the new year and see what comes to pass. But we're just going to have a blast with this. This is no stress. Yeah. We'll call out the signs, but do be aware that, the signs I bring them in for fun, but anybody can express those qualities, those energies. We all have the signs, houses, in our chart. So if you feel compelled to tune into a read, I always feel like there's a message there for you for one reason or another. Maybe something going on in your progress chart, I do feel like this piece is coming in for you right off the bat, Scorpio, or maybe you're getting into some kind of metaphysical study. Something that's new for you, okay? And you're going to go really deep with this in 2024. It's something that you have yet to really dive into, but you feel called to it. You feel drawn to it. For some of you, it may be astrology, okay? That's not necessarily the case, but it does come in as kind of at the forefront. This might be a starting point for you, but then you take it somewhere to a whole other level. You take it down a rabbit hole. You could be a Libra Scorpio cusper, okay? I think that message came in for Libra as well. If I do remember correctly, it came in yesterday in one of the signs readings. It might have been Libra. There could be a connection there, okay? I do feel that there is some type of new metaphysical study that you're getting into, though, and it's opening up a new pathway for you to explore. I think this thing is going to become like one of those central focal points in your life. I do feel this energy of transformation, and it feels like it's a real deep transformation. It feels like it's spiritual transformation for you in 2024. I'm picking that up very strongly. Whew. Oh my gosh, bottom of the deck energy. We have your energy so strong. We got death. So yes, you are going through some major transformation in 2024. We're getting the baseline energy for you to begin. What a way to start out. Okay, I do feel like I did get this kind of piece of like snake medicine coming in for you. So that made me think of just shedding, the old identity. I feel like by the time you come to the end of 2024, nobody's going to recognize you anymore. And that includes you. When you look in the mirror, you're going to see something different. You're going to see something different there, something different in your eyes. It's something about the experience you're going to go through is going to run really deep in 2024, but it's got this like catapulting effect. How can I explain this? It's like you go real deep to the bottom of the well, and then what you find there nurtures you in such a way that it allows this incredible growth to come forward out of you. And it feels like you're really recovering the Empress type energy, the Emperor energy, but you have to dive deep for it first. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you dive deep for it and then you rise up into it. You know all about this journey. You go through lots of transformational experiences in your life, lots of endings and new beginnings for you. This may come in the arena of relationship. And of course, we know when we're looking at relationship, it first begins with the relationship with ourselves. So there's something really potent happening here, okay? And this is just the way you're sort of like closing out 2023 right now as you prepare to step into the new year. Yeah, I mean, I think you feel kind of burdened right now too. I think you're tired. I think you have a lot of weight on your shoulders, a big sense of responsibility. You're also kind of uncertain about where the growth is, you know, where are you going to see this growth in your life? When will you see this growth in your life for all you've taken on? You've taken on a lot. You feel like you have a lot you're holding. You feel like there's an inequity in what you're seeing in return for everything you've taken on. There's this piece coming in about you might need to rethink what you've taken on in that case, you know. It might be time to have a review and really consider, do I really need to take all of this on? And if it is such a burden, how can I relieve myself of some of that? It shouldn't be a burden, okay? So there might be a need to kind of decide what you're going to let drop so you can start seeing the growth you want to see in your life. There's something about you need to be more hands-on with the growth that you want to see in your life. You can't just sort of dream about it, you know, and not put anything into action. There's a piece here about looking at where are you taking on something that's taking away time from what you would like to grow in your life, and then make your adjustments in that way. It's time to drop some things, end some things, close some things out so that this transformation can take place. It starts at the most fundamental level. I feel like where you're at right now, you're just at the most fundamental level. You may sense that there's a big change coming, but you have no idea how much it's going to change you, okay? 2024 will be the year that completely changes you. It will remind you years to come of the moment when it all changed, you know, when it all turned a corner. This has something to do with you having been offered something, okay, that you felt like, no, this isn't what I've been waiting here for. Okay. Maybe you felt like you were on pause. Maybe you felt like you were on hold, that you were waiting around for something to change, for somebody to, you know, want what you want, get on the same page with you. But, you know, waiting is a choice too. So maybe this is one of the keys. Maybe it's time to stop waiting. You know, it's time to stop waiting. I think spirit, you know, is kind of trying to get your attention and is saying, hey, you know, you do have another option here for a new beginning in love and a new beginning in feeling personal fulfillment. And it begins by, you know, letting spirit pour into you. Why don't you go your own way for a while? You don't have to defend this post here. There's something you've been waiting for too long, and it's just disappointing you. You're waiting for it to become something that it's not, you know? And once you recognize that, and then you finally take a step in the new direction, it sets you off on this journey of transformation. But first, we know before this new beginning comes, there has to be the closure, the ending, the release, the death, the sweet shades of melancholy. Ooh, but look at that. See, spirit is calling you. There's a whole new community for you. There's a whole new circle of people that you're meant to connect with. There's a whole new web of connectivity for you. There may even be a new place for you to lay down roots in 2024, okay? A tree may factor strongly into this. I don't know why I got this, and I don't know the name of the tree. You'll have to forgive me. So if somebody knows, you know, comment. But this deck is the Paulina Tarot, and it was created by an artist who was inspired by life in New Orleans. And there might be a New Orleans connection here, and I don't know why I saw this, but for some of you, you're going to go visit the tree. I got the snake medicine came in, right? You're going to go visit the tree in New Orleans where Marie Laveau used to gather people. They still do this. They still gather people around that tree, and they dance with the snakes, and it's real beautiful. You know, I've never been there and experienced it myself, but I know about it, and I've seen video of it, and it just seems so beautiful. I don't know, maybe some of you are going to journey there. Maybe some of you are going to have this experience. You might have an experience with snake medicine. I don't know why I'm picking this up, but there might be something that comes through for you actually viscerally, in 2024 with snake medicine. All right. Snakes teach a lot. You know, snakes teach a lot of patience. Snakes teach stillness. Snakes actually hold a lot of very similar energy to scorpions. You know, they really do. They feel things vibrationally, you know, and they can both be, you know, quick to strike. They know how to strike when the time is right, right? And they're also, you know, vulnerable. Snake belly close to the ground, you know, and of course it's kind of the same thing with, you know, a scorpion. They can easily be crushed underfoot. But that's how they sense everything, is with their connection to the earth. So there's this piece here too. Like, I feel like this heightening of your spiritual awareness is how I'm going to phrase it. Okay. Because that's going to mean something different for everyone. Some of you may really tap into this by taking up some new kind of activity. I'm seeing like rock climbing, mountain climbing, like getting your hands on the earth like that, really connecting with the earth in some way, activates something inside of you, stirs something inside of you, wakes up something inside of you. It's like, now the land is talking to me. You may go to a place that your ancestors are very connected to. And when you go there, you have this experience and it awakens something in you. And then I feel like there's this piece about, there's this big like rabbit hole, you know, that you go down, where something becomes like, you know, I have to say it because it's what's coming in. It's like an obsession. All right. But this is not a negative obsession. It's more just like a fascination and an enthusiasm. And the more you learn, the more you want to learn and the more you uncover. And it's sort of like Pandora's box, but it's just full of treasure, you know? And it has something to do with roots, I believe. The tree medicine is coming in really strongly. It may be something that's actually connected to your ancestral roots, but spirit playing a central role here. And you also forming like some kind of community, you know, new community. This is coming in for you. And whatever is really concerning you right now, there's, you know, there's protection and there's assistance in getting through to the other side of this. So let's see what's in store. Will fortune's fate favor you, Scorpio? I don't know. Let's check out what the cards have to say. What is coming in for Scorpio in 2024, Spirit? What is coming in for Scorpio in 2024, Spirit? Reveal the mysteries of the future to Scorpio in 2024, Spirit. Ooh, okay, so we have something that came out as a crossing influence here. The moon. What did I tell you? I told you. You're just going to be so like drawn in by the mysteries. Some of you may be applying this in terms of your health. You may be synchronizing with the lunar cycles. You may be doing this especially for those who are, you know, focusing on reproductive health. You might really be syncing up with the lunar cycles and working with this. And also experiencing the way when you start to harmonize yourself with these natural cycles, the way that that connects you more energetically. And that you have this, you know, this effect where suddenly you have an awakening of certain more, you know, sensitivity, clairs, you know, you just have an easier access to your intuition. And you can really root what you're seeing in your mind's eye in your physical reality. It can heighten your sense of manifestation because you're harmonized with the natural flow of nature when you connect with like the lunar cycles. And you learn to ride those waves because we know it's all about ebb and flow, waxing and waning, you know, and the tides, the waters are very much affected by that. And well, as human beings, you know, we're largely comprised of water. So it all holds an electromagnetic charge. It is all energetics, like Tesla talked about, you know. It's just a frequency. And so I feel like this might be something that you are bringing in. You might have also had a real kind of like awakening moment that just came in on the tail end of the Cancer full moon that we just had on the 26th, okay? But this shows that you're also very much in a process of doing a lot of psychological integration too. I feel like you might be doing a lot of healing work related to your past. You might be having some old memories resurface, things you had forgotten about, or things you had completely blocked out, all right? But I keep getting a piece that is connected to your ancestors. You might be, some of you might be having, you know, past life recall. You can't explain, you know, these memories you're having, but yet they inform you in some way. And when you apply what comes through, because I feel like the memories come with some kind of guidance or some kind of information about how to go about something differently. Some of you are getting passed down herbalism and working with stones and working with different natural elements, you know, in an alchemical way, and you're getting it coming in this way through memories. But you don't remember these memories, and yet here they are. You know, it's got that kind of energy. I don't know why this is going so far out, but it is the crossing influence for you. So I feel like it's a big time of tuning into that lunar energy too. And when I think of the lunar energy, I think of, you know, finding light with resting in darkness and being at peace and knowing how to rest and tuning in to the intuition. I think of the subconscious and the emotions and our inner tides, our natural rhythms, our cycles. And yes, you know, some people do say that it can be lunacy, you know, that it can be confusion, and it certainly can have that element to it. Yes, absolutely. But there's all about, it's all about, do you know how to work with the lunar energy? Do you know how to work with the lunar essence? It's all about being receptive and open to just going with that sway, you know. It's very feminine, very feminine. For masculines, you know, it might be harmonizing with the moon, might be something that actually helps you find, you know, a certain sense of emotional balance if that's been a challenge. Interesting. I also feel like there's like, you don't have the whole picture yet. Something is kind of hidden or cloaked right now, that it's like a wild card element. All right. It's like the game changer. Okay, this coming in. So June, right? June, tail end of May, June for Cancer season. Tell me about this. What is this crossing influence? Let's Scorpio plays such a pivotal role in 2024 for them. I don't know how much of that missed. I see that it fell out, but blocking energy came in there. And it's interesting because I was asking why this moon energy was playing such a pivotal role in 2024 for you as I was shuffling. So I don't know if you caught that or not, but I wanted to reiterate it because I feel like it's an important message with the card that popped out. Another one of your cards. We got the Tower here. Okay. So Tower, there's some kind of awakening. I feel like it's an awakening. I know a lot of people may read that and they would read it as like a negative. I'm not picking up that energy though. I feel like it's a surprising moment and it's a shocking moment. And sometimes it can come with disruption, but overall, I feel it's more like an awakening moment. It doesn't feel, it has this tinge of negativity to it. Tell me what this Tower is about. Give Scorpio a clue about this Tower. It's very significant. Okay, again, look at this. This is wild. This card, another major arcana. Do you realize you're opening up with all majors here? After the Hierophant, we had the moon, We got the Tower, and now we have the World also in a crossing position, which means what's brought to completion. There is a cycle ending. We saw there's a letting go. What's brought to completion brings success on the other side. Okay, that is the message of the world. It's successful completion. You may be dealing with a fixed sign energy. Okay, you could be dealing with a Taurus, or you could have strong Taurus placement in your chart. You may be a Taurus rising, making you a Scorpio descendant. And this could be a very important personal cycle that you're closing, all right? Real identity shift for you, like I was talking about. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Leo, all right? You could also be dealing with another Scorpio. Again, it's personal. I feel that. There's something that you really had to work through here, and you had to work very hard for. But I feel like the world will be your oyster. There's this beautiful butterfly energy behind this world card. So there's this sense of like getting your wings, you know, and having that sense of freedom and also beauty that comes on the other side of what's been at points a messy process, right? So there's something that's getting wrapped up here karmically, all right? And it brings something on the other side of it. It's very important. It's very big, okay? There's something that needs to be released because it's served its purpose in your life, and there's something new coming in that sets you on a whole new path. I really feel that for you. It feels intensely transformational, like how you start out this year coming in and how you think it's going to go and where you're going to end up and what your plans are is going to go through a radical trajectory shift here with this coming in. It's going to surprise you. It's got a wild card element. What is the successful outcome on the other side of closing this cycle for Scorpio in 2024, Spirit? I just heard there's no limit. There's no limit. Maybe you're putting limitations on yourself. Maybe you feel limited from doing something you want to do. I feel like you're putting limits on yourself. What's this card came out when I had that? Judgment. Judgment. Oh my gosh. Scorpio, look at it. You can just rest, man. Look at this. Look at this. Just trust, man. You're being held right now. Look at the rooted energy. Again, judgment. Judgment upright. Judgment in your favor, okay? Judgment covering the world, okay? The worst thing you could do right now is resist letting go of something that you know time's up. That's the worst thing you could do, because you're just going to hold yourself up, really. It's like the sooner that you move through that, you move into, this place of almost being kind of like, I got the image of just being like, sort of like escorted into, your new life. Lloyd, what do we got here? I want to see what we got here. Yes, I get it. So here's the thing, I feel like you are in a place of a bit of confusion, There's some sense of betrayal here with the Five of Swords. And there's also this self-protective energy you have around you with the Four of Pentacles. There's a sense of not feeling very secure right now. You may be feeling right now a little confused. You may be challenged in certain regards. You may be working through some heavy stuff. Closing the cycle might not be easy for you. There might be times when you feel really on it and other times where it's hard, And I think the biggest problem you're having is maybe there's lots of different options. I feel like this is going to be the biggest thing that's going to cause you issues in 2024 is trying to make up your mind about which options to choose. Maybe you're afraid if you choose the option you really want to go for, and it feels like something you really hold close to your heart, and maybe you don't talk about what you really hope to happen because you don't want it to be jinxed or something. Maybe you don't want anybody to know about this because you're afraid if you shared what you're hoping will happen, that someone's going to come along and interfere with it or steal it away from you. I mean, there's this energy where you're really holding this, some new beginning you want, you know, really close to your heart, and you're afraid, you know. You're also afraid of, you know, kind of opening up your heart to the experience at the same time. Some of you in the past may have just kind of like held off options, or, you know, kept your options open so you could kind of use it as an excuse to delay taking action without really looking at how scary it is sometimes for you to really just like let your guard down and take the risk to trust somebody, you know, to let them in, and to know that, you know, yeah, I mean, sometimes you're going to experience betrayal. It's a risk with love. It's like this thing, like people always want a safe space and love, but that's not the way it works. Love is an outlaw, and love will never be safe. Love refuses to follow your guidelines, your dictates, you know, fit in the box you want to put it in, look like the person you want it to look like, you know. Love is just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't, you know. And love is a verb, you know. Love is an action. All right. So love is when we take the emotion and put it in motion. It's not about staying stuck and guarded and holding ourselves back and, you know, only letting, you know, somebody in so much because we're afraid of what they could do to us. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, people can do what they do, but the reality is, you know, you either agree to it or you don't. So it's sort of about really recognizing that, you know, you're as safe as you choose to be in a relationship. It really doesn't have anything to do with the other person, because as long as you're being in alignment with your truth and you're trusting your feelings and you're listening, you know, to vibrationally what's coming up in your body as you open up to a relationship with somebody. If it don't feel right, you don't have to take the cup. You can, hey, no, thank you, or I choose to be alone. And some of you may go through some experience that, you know, there is something that is going to be revealed here. So it may be something that, you know, ouchie, you know what I'm saying? It cuts, it hurts. All right. And maybe there's a bit of processing around this. And this could be in any area of life. But I feel like whatever this is, whether it's something that's happened with a lover or something that's happened with a friend, or maybe you just feel it's like something that's happened your whole life. All right. Or maybe even ways you feel like you betrayed yourself. Maybe ways you felt like you've allowed yourself to be an option in the past and you're choosing to switch that up. You know? This could apply many ways, but I feel like either way, you're in a position, and it was 28:28 on the clock. Like, yes, you know, you're closing some major cycles. You're totally transforming whatever you went through, wherever this hour is coming from, you know, it wakes you up. It's an awake. Look at the blockage. I think you may be the one delivering the tower. And that's why that blockage is coming in. It's not a tower being delivered to you. You're going to be the awakener. And maybe this is where, you know, the trend really standing in your truth, you know. But there is, wow. The blocking energy lately has been really interesting with the points that it comes in at, okay? So maybe you feel like your truth is being blocked. Maybe you feel like something's not being acknowledged there, okay? Maybe you feel censored, you know? This is something to look at. Or maybe that somebody doesn't even want to hear your truth, that it's not important to them, right? So there's some different ways that could play out. But I feel like your truth is going to be known, you know, and you're really going to step into it and you're really going to embody it, and it changes everything for you. All right. Anything else, Spirit? And then I'm going to move on to another deck here. Anything else, Spirit, coming in for Scorpio in 2024? Anything else, Spirit, coming in for Scorpio in 2024? I want to know what's on the other side of this completion. Obviously, this is a really significant cycle you're closing because it's opening with focusing on this, okay? So it's powerful. I feel like there's a powerful opener to the year. First half of the year is going to be really powerful. Yes, okay? And just as I said that, this Two of Wands came out, okay? And the Two of Wands is crossed, okay? Do you see? This is barred. This is blocked, seeing a new way forward until there's this transformation that takes place here. And this will happen. You're not on this yet. This is something that's going to come in, but I think you're already aware of it. So right now it's like this is held back, but there is this promise of transformation there. There's a new way forward. What is the new way forward for Scorpio in 2024? Oops. You're throwing it away. What used to be a wish, you're recognizing is not a wish fulfilled for you. It's not what you wished for. It's not what you thought it would be. It doesn't match up. It's the proverbial wooden nickel, and you're tossing it aside. This is like it's almost like it's staying stuck on this point. There can't be wish fulfillment if you can't see a new way forward. You can't see a new way forward until you release and allow this transformation, whatever this is. And you do know what this is, okay? There's a lot of blocking around this, though. Somebody in this situation, whatever situation you're dealing with where you need to release, somebody does not want to release, okay? So this is where I feel like there's going to be a challenge, okay? Because there's blocking energy coming up around it. And maybe they only see their version of the story. They don't see your side. They don't recognize your side. And they're not willing to even acknowledge it. And this is really causing an issue, okay? You might need to have a lot of courage, you know, to step into this. You might be readying yourself, steadying yourself. Ooh, just as I said that, out came the crossing influence here. Yes, and love. And it brings you a new beginning in love. Look at that. Ace of Cups. I see this transformation happening for you by the summertime. Okay? There's some new love that comes in that pours into you, but it's after you loved yourself enough to trust where you're being led, and you take that leap and you close cycle on this because you recognize it's not bringing you the fulfillment that you thought it would. This is what transforms everything. Beautiful new beginning there. You got to be ready to receive those. So right now you're clinging to something. You may be clinging to something because of security. You might be worried about security, financial security specifically, okay? Also just the security of, people underestimate this, you know, when you've been in a situation for a long time, even if it's not really what you thought it would be, and it isn't really what you were hoping for, there's a comfort in it. There's a familiarity in it. Even if there's issues, there's a familiarity that can provide a really distorted sense of grounding, but grounding nonetheless. I do feel like practical concerns are involved here, having to do with the basics, food, shelter, you know, paying the bills, possibly kids and how to support the kids, you know, and all those, you know, the day-to-day factors, you know, could be weighing heavily in this situation. And this may be why you haven't seen a way forward yet. All right. There's something you're kind of like holding off options right now because you just need to get centered before you make a choice here. Oh, I know I said only one more pass, but I feel called to go a little deeper here with this. Anything else for Scorpio in regard to this? I want to know more about this new beginning in love. I want to know more about this new beginning in love. Something wanted to pop out there and it got like pushed back in. So maybe, you know, somebody's kind of like eager to move forward and you're kind of like trying to get them to calm down and cool their jets because it feels like a little overwhelming to you in 2024. It's not just a little thing for you to walk away from whatever you're walking away from to go toward this new beginning in love. It's not. So there may be somebody who's a little bit more antsy, kind of chomping at the bit, like they really want to get the show on the road, and you're kind of like, I just need to work some things out. I do feel like you're weighing something up. There is a bit of fear and confusion, you know, about moving forward, the best way to move forward. Oh, yeah. This may be, you may be dealing with an Emperor in reverse. It's interesting because on the pre-shuffle for you, I had the Empress in reverse as well. So Emperor to Empress. I feel this is like kind of stuck in a karmic loop. Okay. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with an Aries, right? But there's somebody here who wants to be in charge. They want to control everything and they want to control the flow. They want to control how fast something goes, you know, how things are done, how things are run. This is somebody who wants to be in charge. And if they don't get their way, they can be difficult. All right. I see here it's coming in with the bottom of the deck energy is the Magician. All right. So this implies heavy manipulation. You know, this person can be very manipulative. Maybe you're dealing with something like this. Okay. Yeah, this person wants you to take the cup now, maybe, and this is what you're holding at bay. This is what came out, that Four of Cups, all right? What we got here. And this is somebody, though, that, you know, you do feel is a soulmate. Like, you do feel a soulmate connection here. You do. Maybe this is somebody who wants another chance, but they really, like, maybe acted out of pocket back there or something, and you're just like, I don't know, I don't see the transformation. I'm waiting to see the transformation in you. Where you think that there couldn't be an opportunity to turn things around with the Magician on the bottom of the deck. I mean, I'm kind of picking up a couple things here. There is the possibility that this person could be in this process of transforming, you know, doing some work on these issues. I think there is a legitimate like soulmate connection here, okay, with the Six of Cups, but you might be sitting here going, I don't know if this person's really changed or if they're manipulating me, because you're used to this person kind of like forcing their way, forcing their will, dictating everything, like not really recognizing your truth, not recognizing how you're feeling in a situation. But in terms of love, this can look like a rebirth, you know, in a relationship. It can look like, you know, just when you think that the relationship's down for the count, it revives. Something turns it around again. What's behind this? I mean, Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups. This looks like commitment and happiness, a new beginning. I mean, that's a pretty strong message there. Very interesting. Yeah, if you're wondering, I mean, there is hope. There is hope to work through this connection. All right. There is hope to work through this connection with the Star to the Six of Pentacles here, right? There can be an opportunity to get on the same page with this person, but first it involves letting something go. You got to let something go. You got to release. It could be like letting go of what happened in the past, giving somebody a chance to, you know, show that they've done some work. You know, you got to give people an opportunity to change. But if you do, you know, there's a moving forward that happens here. Again, you could be dealing with a fixed sign energy. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with a Scorpio like yourself. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Leo. And okay, blockage there. Snake energy coming in for transformation in this situation. Maybe somebody doesn't want you to have this. Maybe somebody doesn't want you to have this healing and transformation in a connection. Could it be an Emperor in reverse who's being really pushy? Maybe they sense this coming in for you. That's interesting. For some of you, the Emperor in reverse is a father that likes to control your love life, and he does not approve of this person that you have an opportunity to reunite with. I just got for some of you, that's even a father who's passed on. You have a very strong connection with your father, very strong. There's no separation, you know, just because we shed the, you know, the corporeal form does not mean that there's not still that connection of spirit. Energy just merely transforms. Love never dies. And I feel like one of you is connected to, you know, your father. He's already passed. And he's made it very clear he doesn't approve of this person. But you're like, yeah, I think I can work it out. I think I can work it out. You got the 2 of Cups here to the 3 of Pentacles. You're like, you're willing to put in some work. So I do feel like there's somebody in this situation that doesn't approve of, you know, this choice to renew this connection. But it feels right to you. All right. But I do think you're going to be guarded at first and you're going to take your time. Yeah, you're really going to weigh this out and balance this out for a while. You're not sure. Again, you could be like a Libra, Scorpio cusper, okay? Or maybe you got a strong Libra placement in your chart, okay? Because we got Justice coming in here with the Queen of Swords, very strong Libra. And we got the 2 of Pentacles, okay? So this is like trying to make up the mind. This is what Libra does, you know? I'm weighing up the scales. What should I do? But look, it's very interesting. What's on the other side? Boom, King of Cups, okay? Genuine offer of love. Maybe this person used to be really shut down emotionally and they've been able to come into their emotions. Again, very strong Aries influence here. We also got quite a few Aquarius references on the board, all right? So that could be somebody who's a Leo rising specifically because they're Aquarius descendant, okay? But this is a brand new beginning, fresh start, leap of faith. I got leap of faith. It's all in the leap. It's all about taking the risk. Sorry, you can't have a safe space in love. It doesn't work like that. You know, you have to be bold enough to take the risk. And that may mean you got to let go of some of your options. That might be what you're doing. You're kind of like, I don't know. You're trying to hold this person at bay. They're getting pissed off because they know. They're getting pissed off. The reason you're holding them back is because you're trying to decide which option you want to go for. They may view you as an opportunist. I just have to bring it in. I mean, they are in the Emperor in reverse. Okay, so I think there's more to this story. You know what I'm saying? But that might be their position right now because they feel like you're kind of blocking something when you should be jumping for it. All right? I'm just saying how it's coming through. We're going to do a cut of the deck energy here. Somebody's having to face fear, and it could be around a Leo. All right? We've had Leo significators come in a few times here. We've had Leo, Taurus, all the fixed signs. Okay? All the fixed signs really showing up in this read. All right? We're going to go ahead and do a cut of the deck here. Anything else here? Victory, man. You know, this looks good. This looks like success. Again, success, 4 of Wands. This is like you're coming into alignment, man. This is totally coming into alignment for you. This can be marriage in some cases, especially because we had the 10 of Cups come up and we got the 4 of Wands here. I think, you know, if you're worried about stuff right now, and look at, you got these penguins here. It just reminds me of like, you know, penguin suits. It reminds me of tuxedos. So this could be a wedding. And you know, you might think, no way right now. And you might be surprised. Okay. For some of you, this may be a renewal of wedding vows. You know, you decide you don't want to let this go. Something transforms in the connection, you know. Like I said, it's a wild card moment. It brings a tower. What happens surprises you. It shocks you. And it's an awakening moment. 44 on the clock. And the angels are 100% behind it. So I think I want to get like, I want to pull out an angel card on this. And I want to see what the angels have to say. 4455. Oh, the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. And this deck too, it's a little bit different of a meaning. You see the way they're embraced. They're not looking in opposite directions. They're totally smitten and besought with each other. And it says joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples, removes negative energy. Okay. So this coming into, for those of you of that persuasion, it's not for everybody. So don't trip. Okay. If you don't run in these circles and you don't know these kind of people, then it's not, has nothing to do with you. But for some of you, somebody could have thrown around a little bit of love working, and that added some fly to the ointment energy and a love connection. And it caused somebody to get too like attached, I don't know. Maybe this Emperor in reverse was like throwing some stuff around, maybe that's where the manipulation was coming from. Maybe you suspected that. Or maybe somebody did something on him, threw him in reverse. I mean, I'm just saying this could have been like a case of like energetic interference, and now it's like run its course, because eventually it does. Maybe somebody got bored. They got bored of throwing the energy around, and they kept getting the backhand of that. They said, okay, I give up. They decided to let it ride, let go. I think that hasn't happened yet. This energy still feels like it's trying to get its way, okay? But there's going to be some kind of transformation. And look at this, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and just do a shuffle here. Angels, anything else you want to tell Scorpio about 2024? It looks like a relationship is at the mainframe. It looks like a love story. It looks like a rocky road to get there, okay? It does look like a surprise element, a wild card element comes in the situation. It throws everything for a loop. And I just heard the most unlikely thing happens. I don't know what that is, okay? Only you know what that would be, but you don't, because it's the most unlikely. So what's coming in, angels, for Scorpio in 2024? Oh, and truth is stranger than fiction, I just heard. Okay, so Page of Swords, all right? So somebody's been keeping their eye on you, but I think they're about to come out of like hiding, and they're going to blow their cover willingly with the Page of Swords in reverse. Yes, and it says reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. So I feel like you got some kind of like spiritual awareness of this already. I feel like you already have some kind of intuition that somebody keeps an eye on you. I think you know that this person watches your social media stuff. They keep tabs. They might even ask people, what you're up to if they know people in your friend circle, It's got this image to me. I don't know why I'm seeing this though, but it's like he's looking at this picture of this woman, and it almost reminds me of like a wanted poster for some reason. Maybe you got somebody who's been keeping their eye on you because they feel like you owe them something. You owe them an explanation, I just heard. They're like, not so fast. Wait a minute. I got some questions for you before you run off here. This might be somebody who also wants to shoot their shot. Again, I do feel like there's some options coming in here. We do see you holding your options at bay at one point. But like I said, I think that's why this Emperor's in reverse. You're entertaining options. But the Emperor's in reverse, so you ain't so innocent after all. Let's see what else is coming in here. Give some more clues for Scorpio in 2024. What else does Scorpio need to know about this situation in 2024? The Emperor upright. Oh my God. Look at his face. He's so annoyed. Fine. Here's your olive branch. You happy? You got your way. I'm sorry. That's really funny. This is really funny. This person. It's totally blocked. Like somebody doesn't want that message to come through, but it's coming through, okay?
I don't know if they're going to like maybe invite you to travel, and you might be worried about this. You might be afraid to go. You might feel guarded. You might not trust this person. I think there's been a lot of challenges in this situation, but it says right here, give safe travel and he's so annoyed. This is somebody like going, okay, fine. That Emperor in reverse right now is like, don't you dare say that. He's begrudging about it. He is a little bit. It's all good. This person's just a little cantankerous, okay? I don't think we need any more information about that. Yeah, look, boom, that's who it's with. The Wheel of Fortune right behind that. Metatron, changing this situation, transforming this situation. Metatron is the archangel that raises the frequency of everything. It's like, all right, well, let's turn it up to 11, okay? Because this thing needs more volume here, all right? And it says advancement in progress, teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. So it's like, yeah, we saw what happened back there. Don't worry. You know, we're holding him accountable. We've been on him. He's transforming. He's doing his work. Okay. So I don't know. You may think no way right now, and then you might be surprised. You might be surprised with the way things roll out. Okay. That could be the curveball. Let's get you super awesome future card. Okay. Looks like relationships at the mainframe for you, right? Yep, you're going to go on that trip, okay? Yep, and it's with somebody that you used to think was a real selfish pig. They thought it was all about them. Everything was about what they wanted on their terms, and as long as they were happy, that's all that mattered. Like this person has gone through some kind of transformation. They're going to invite you on a trip, okay? May lead to a new home. You might not be expecting this. You may think this is strange. Maybe you haven't wanted to look at this, you know, you haven't really wanted to address your feelings around it or whatever. You used to have your head in the sand about this, and you can't hide it anymore. You know, I think you're going to face this squarely, and you're going to go on that ride. You're going to get the ticket, you're going to go for the ride, and you're going to see what the hell is going to happen. All right. And I think it's a gamble that pays off. All right, so let's just see what is coming in for Scorpio in 2024. What is coming in for Scorpio in 2024? What is coming in for Scorpio in 2024? Bottom of the deck. Yep, this is where, you know, you're at right now, where you're just kind of like, you've been in a place that's just sort of like sacrificing monotony. It's interesting though, you know, this card is normally happiness, right? But it's in reverse. This is the basis of the matter. So I feel like, again, it's echoing this message. You want happiness? First, you have to release the monotony. You're the one who has to release it. You have to shift your stance. You have to shift your stance. And it has something to do with being willing to take more risks and knowing that you create your emotional safety. Nobody else creates that for you. You create your boundaries. Nobody else creates them for you. You know, you don't have to worry about somebody hurting you. Well, guess what? You know, you open your heart. Sometimes you make yourself vulnerable. Sometimes you get hurt. That's part of love. You're never going to be able to control that. So only you get to decide, you know, if you get the ticket and go for the ride. I think you will. I think monotony is going to get so out of hand that you're going to have no choice but to, you know, let it go so you can feel alive again. You know, sometimes you got to get to that place though where it becomes unbearable before you'll make the shift. All right, we got house coming up with breakup in reverse. I'm telling you, there's somebody that you're going to reunite with. May even be around the 4th of July. I don't know why I say that. I'm seeing these like stars above the house, and it's making me think of, with the breakup in reverse, you know, a reunion kind of energy and lots of, you know, fireworks going off in the bedroom. Maybe you're getting a little freaky in the house. It's been a while since you got freaky. All right. This is what I see. Okay. I feel like maybe even, you know, this happens around 4th of July is possible too, right? There's something that you ended here, but you're coming back around for another go at it, all right? Coming back around for another go at it. That's what I got. I don't know what to tell you. It's your whole theme for the next year. Cut of the deck energy. And on the cut of the deck, yep, you're going to go on this trip too. And this person feels like a kindred spirit to you, all right? Could be a Sagittarius, could be an Ophiuchus with the snake energy there and the Sag energy there, all right? Ophiuchus is November 30th to December 18th. It could also be somebody born in the year of the dog, somebody born in the year of the horse. We got the year of the horse coming up. You may actually hear from this person at the start of Chinese New Year in February. They're going to shoot their shot around the February full moon, okay? This thing won't happen overnight. There's cycles to it. You may travel with this person to somewhere tropical, right? That might renew your connection, you know, but there's a few different characters here. There's also, it could be a snake energy as well, year of the snake for Chinese astrology, okay, just to get some signs here. But there's somebody's going to shoot their shot. And there's some kind of trip with this person. And it does lead to a new beginning. And on the opposite side, well, there it is. Okay, there's also some abundance here. All right, there's some abundance here. It does look good. But look, it involves adventure. You got to follow the yellow brick road. There's a need to, like, you got to take a risk to head this way, you know, and to have this growth. Again, a Taurus could be factoring strongly in here. You could be a Taurus rising. You could have a strong Taurus placement in your chart. The Emperor, you know, could have a strong Taurus placement in their chart. All right. So, yep. I just went to pick this up to put it away. Infinity. Okay. This is the manifestation of a connection that's built to last. It's a powerful connection, but it comes into being because there was a lot that was digested along the way. There's been major transformational work done here. And like I said, 8 is also your house, Scorpio. You're going to go through such a radical transformation this year that where you end up by the end of it is not going to look anything like how you start 2024. And you're ending it in union with somebody. And it looks good. All right. So let's see. Let's do a Sacred Rebels card for you just to get one last overarching theme for Scorpio for 2024. What is the overarching theme for Scorpio in 2024, Spirit? What is the overarching theme for Scorpio in 2024, Spirit? I'm going to just do a simple cut of the deck on this one here. Listening for truth, okay? Whenever I see seashells, conch shells like this, and listening for the ocean within the conch shell, it makes me think of memories, okay? So there's something about memories resurfacing for you, memories teaching you something. Remember what got brought in about some kind of spiritual knowledge coming through your ancestral roots through memories. So I feel like this is a central piece. And as you connect with this, you get more rooted in your sense of self and your own strength. And this will really guide you towards your truth. And then we have softly, softly, the tender touch. So remember, be compassionate as you deal with these challenges in relationship. Remember that people will always remember the words you speak to them. So temper any hurt you feel with a huge dose of compassion for yourself and others. And I feel like if you can stay in this place, there's a beautiful transformation that takes place in a relationship. And you might not think so right now, but this thing still has life in it. Yeah.